Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, D Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live. Monday, February 2nd. You can catch us live on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Check out that Twitch handle at D Frizzy_Frizz5. And if you want the whole show, you can catch it tomorrow on podcast, Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcast. We have a good show for you today. We took a week off, so we're refreshed, ready to get back at it. It's my fault that we took the week off, by the way. But we're here, and we're going to talk my favorite sport quite a bit. Lots of NBA talk, especially because we're in that weird period right before the Super Bowl. We have a week off, and the deadline is this week, so there's a lot of NBA buzz. Very excited for that. And at the back half, the very end, we're going to do a quick preview of the Super Bowl itself. I don't like previews in general because I feel like people say all this stuff. They make their predictions on ESPN or whatever, and they're wrong a lot of the time. No one knows what they're talking about, including us. But at least it gets us a chance to talk about the game before it happens. But before we get into all that, D, what it do?
Basketball, it's my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. You know, that's your intro song because you care for basketball more than you said that's a banger. Yes, it is. Yes, the old school one. They playing basketball. Yes, love that song. Everything's good over here, man. Just busy. And even with the week off, not even week, we don't work here. But like even with that Monday off, I was still busy as shit. So it's like perfectly timed. Not what happened for you to not to not be able to do. You said it was like a heating system, but it was more of like, oh, we can't do it. We don't have to do anything tonight. All right, word. Like I have other stuff that I can get taken care of also.
That's good. I'm glad you had things to occupy your time. Yeah, man, it was just a rough last week because we had all that snow up here. And then that night my heating system broke. So it's just like one thing after the other. I'm like, dog, I'm throwing in the towel for tonight. We'll do next week, which it stinks because we didn't get to talk about some of the good games from last week. I don't know if you want to mention them, but like, you know, the Patriots game wasn't something to talk about. It was just gross. Patriots Broncos, the Seahawks and Rams was a good game. We didn't get to talk about that, but it's okay. We're moving on to next week. We're on to Cincinnati. That's what I'm trying to say.
On to the Super Bowl, baby. On to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Anything else going on with you, man, before we get kicked off?
You know, I'm actually intrigued to see where we go with this NBA talk. I've watched a lot of Lakers games this year. They played a lot more not at 10:30 tip-off. Obviously because Luka's on the team. You got Luka and LeBron. They try to get them to play the 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock games as much as possible. If it's Sunday, they're going to play the afternoon game. If it's Saturday, they'll play the nightcap 8 o'clock, the one that you can stay up late to watch. So I am interested to see where we go with the NBA and the trade talks because I've watched a lot of basketball the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I actually was just looking at some of the stats for our segments as we were waiting for the show to kick off. And I knew the Lakers had been struggling 500 in their past 10 games. They've been on a bit of a rut. I know Austin Reeves being out definitely does not hurt them or does not help them, but it's been a weird year for the Lakers. Like you guys brought in Ayton, and he looked great at first, and now they're trying to fade Ayton as hard as possible. It looks like Redick's leaning more towards like a small ball lineup with lots more Rui. Even that's kind of taken a step back. I don't really know if the Lakers have a direction this year.
Rui doesn't help right now with injury. He's missed quite a few games because of injury, so they're trying to get him involved as much as they can, help with the perimeter defense. But Ayton, that project plan has fallen flat on its face, and you know even Jackson Hayes is kind of spilling a lot more time because of it.
Yeah, you don't want to be playing Jackson Hayes. I was going to ask you because you watched a lot of Lakers game. Like, what's up with Ayton? Like, is he doing the thing that Ayton does, where he takes a lot of like 8 to 10 foot random jump shots that you don't want him taking? Is that what's going on?
Not even. He still tries to back to the basket. He's not a stretch big, which hurts. Like there are times where you can't. Like if you're playing somebody like Denver, it's cool. You can get a post move bucket, but you're giving up a 3 on the other end. And then you try to get a post move bucket and you give up a 3 on the other end. So now you miss that post bucket and they get a 3. So now it's a 9-4 game because you're playing 2s and they're playing 3s. So like you're at an offensive deficiency when you have him on the court because all he can do is score around the rim. And he's not that paint forcer that prevents people from driving. He's tall, will make people maneuver their shots, but he's not a paint defender. So like he's kind of just there, getting 10 points.
I wanted to check, and I don't have it in front of me, but the problem with the Lakers is like throughout the season they've been bottom 10 defensively, but when they had that hot start, they were like top 5 offensively, and they've kind of bottomed out offensively, and like they're middle of the pack, so like middle of the pack offense. worse 10 defense. Like that's not a recipe for winning games.
A lot of people don't realize it, but high octane offenses lead to having good defenses. Because when you have people that can run up, look at the Warriors.
Well, they're
When
not
you can
athletic.
run up and that's what I mean. What they were, not to say that Austin Reeves is the most athletic in the world, but when you had him and Luka on the court, I understand the whole LeBron thing, but when LeBron wasn't out there, they were young, quick, and pace and space playing. At the beginning of the season was what I'm saying. When you bring LeBron back in, it's more of a half court offense slowed down because of his style of play, combining that with Luka. So like they've gotten away from what worked at the beginning of the season, slowed down their pace, which when you get everybody in the half court, they get a better chance of playing defense against you versus you're out in space, you're playing fast, first 8 seconds of the shot clock. It's a lot harder for them to play defense, and now it's easier for you to play because you scored a bucket in your set versus them being.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Like I'm not trying to like say it sucks to be a Lakers fan because like you guys have a lot of good stuff. But, like this year kind of sucks for you because you're just kind of meh. Like you're gonna be a team that makes the playoffs, maybe win a series.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, there's still no championship aspirations. We don't gotta have, I'm not trying to handcuff the whole show about the Lakers.
Oh, we're gonna talk about basketball today. It's time.
This team, and you can hate me if you want, I don't care. Like I'm just speaking as a realist, this team is always going to be handcuffed while LeBron is on the team. It's $50 million into one person that, yes, people are like, he's the GOAT. He can still go out there and average 25, 10, and 10. Okay. But it's not the same 25, 10, and 10 as it was in 06. It is not. It is low volume. Try to be as efficient. He's still not, when it comes to like playing defense, he never was like a pure prime defender. So like you're not banking on
it is Miami days.
He was a great chase down artist. He wasn't a great defender. I'll give you that. But you now you have Luka and LeBron who aren't the best at defense right now. So like that's hurting the team significantly.
Like Luka's gonna be good at defense in a couple of years.
Doesn't have to be. I'm not asking for him to be a lockdown defender, but like when he's the worst defender on the team and there isn't a close second, it's just him. It's a lot easier for your team to play defense. But when you have other people struggling out there on defense, it makes him look even worse. That's why the Mavs made the finals. What did they do? They let Luka be the cone, get by him, and who do they have in the middle? Those three bigs that they had playing defense for him.
Yeah. It's the athleticism problem for the Lakers. Like anytime they match up against like a young team that wants to run the court, it's just
smoked.
Yeah, it's a tough
one.
Who
did they just play a couple nights ago? They got doors blown off of them.
I don't know. You're the Lakers fan.
Yeah, sorry. I have to go look because it was like, I don't know if it was last night's game or it was the night before that. Might have been last night's game. They got smacked. They played the Knicks. They were smacked by the Knicks. They were down like 25 at one point.
Yeah, they play pretty fast. All right, let's talk some Giannis stuff. So we wanted to touch on the deadline stuff, and obviously the biggest talk over the past, I don't know, like 2 years, but week and a half has been the Giannis thing. And before we talk about the potential trade itself, whether it will or not happen, because I'm not convinced it's going to happen at the deadline. I just feel like it's weird the way we talk about Giannis versus how we've spoken about LeBron in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Because LeBron's super. It's weird to say he's controversial, not because he does anything controversial, but like people either love LeBron or just like live to hate on him. Like it's just a weird thing. And with LeBron, like he did a lot of small contracts, and he was always criticized for holding teams hostage, is like what the terminology would be on LeBron, right? Where like he signs small contracts. He's always kind of dangling the extension, or I'm gonna resign over the team to maximize winning now. And he was always very passive aggressive about it. Everyone was like, oh, why is he such a passive aggressive, bitch? And like low key, Giannis has done the same thing for 5 years now with the Bucks, and nobody talks about Giannis in like such a negative manner as they've done with LeBron. Like think about it. Like the Bucks have been in a panic mode for 3 years since they won the title to make crazy swing trades to appease Giannis, to keep him just like in Milwaukee inside contracts. They did it with Dame Lillard. They did it with Miles Turner this offseason. Like, they've always just emptied the tank to try to keep Giannis happy. And, like, he's been passive aggressive the whole time. Like, king passive aggressive, like, right now. And no one, like, he doesn't catch the ire of anyone.
I don't think they're going to. I don't think he's going to. Because LeBron left. That's what caused the people are issues for LeBron.
But
when he was in Cleveland, people wanted him to stay, but people weren't complaining at him wanting to have a better team around him. Same reason why people weren't complaining about Kobe wanting to have a better team around him. And then he finally got lucky to get Powell. Like, LeBron didn't get lucky to get anyone. Nobody wanted to go to Cleveland. Ownership couldn't find a way to get somebody to move up to Cleveland, Ohio, and play basketball. Giannis is in the same spot where Milwaukee's not a destination location. It's not anybody wants to go to Milwaukee in December and January right now. No, they want to get wherever the hell the All-Star game is. So like that, you're not going to hold it against him. If he'd have left 4 years ago before he won his championship and then won a championship, they would. But he has done everything that you could to be like, look, guys, I want to stay here, but I want to win. And you're not really helping me or surrounding me with pieces that are helping us win. The bigger factor, too, is what was it? The year after they won the championship, ownership sold? Like, that was prime example right there. They were like, we might have hit the lottery by Giannis carrying this team to an NBA championship. I don't think we can ever do that again. I don't think we can have the stars align again with Drew Holiday having a career year. I know he won again in Boston, but having a career year. Chris Middleton, pre-injury, that changed his career. And then you had role players that just like dominated their role for them to win a championship. That is like they caught magic in a bottle that 1 year. After that, it's not a place that's going to draw free agents. It's not a place that people are going to desire to play, even if it is with Giannis. So like they're playing behind the 8 ball, and he's going to be a superstar saying, I want to get paid, but I want to play and I want to win championships. Figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like coming from you, the only differentiating factor is that Giannis had won the championship. And if LeBron had won one in Cleveland before he left, no one would care.
1,000%. I don't think anybody would have batted an eye if they would have been like, thank you. The same way that they were glad to have him back, and then he won that one championship.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the behavior is quite similar.
I feel you. I'm not disagreeing. I appreciate you, Gizo. I just look at it as the championship changes everything when you are of that status. It don't change nothing for Dame Lillard in Portland. He did everything he could as a 6'2" point guard to try to win championship for that team. It was never going to happen. So when he went to Milwaukee, people weren't burning Dame Lillard jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dwayne Wade won a championship early, so it didn't matter of him wanting to win later in his career and then bringing in Bosh and LeBron. He already won one. Like that extends people being able to handle them being passive aggressive or whatever it is that they do to build a team around them. So, like, I think he just gets that pass because he won that championship a couple years ago.
I wish Giannis would just come out and say, I demand a trade. Because, like, by basically saying what he's saying and saying I'm not signing an extension, it's a de facto trade demand, right? Because, like, he's not going to sign.
Yeah.
It's semantics. I think the decision didn't help.
Social media, no, it didn't. Social media being around in 2004 and Kobe Bryant's in the same spot. He's in the same exact spot, being like, what the hell are you guys doing with this team? I'm pretty sure he even asked to be traded. And because he got a championship with Shaq, 3 with Shaq, we kind of, hey, we'll figure it out. And nobody talked trash about Kobe being passive-aggressive, wanting that whole organization to build around him.
All right, let's talk about a potential trade with Giannis, finally. Mm-hmm. I'm still not convinced it's going to happen by Thursday. And the reason why... Thursday's the deadline, yeah. Thursday, I think 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not convinced he's getting traded yet. Like, I think it's a 50-50 shot. Like, does he get traded at some point? Yeah, for sure. Does it happen?
Just not this season.
Does it happen at the deadline? I don't know. Because here's the factor. Here's, like, once we get into the off season and once we get closer to the draft, there's a rule in the NBA where you can only trade so many first-round draft picks out. Mm-hmm. Once we get to the draft, teams get more draft picks unlocked. So like Yeah. So like there's the ability for like Miami right now who's interested. They can trade for two first round picks today. But by the time the draft rolls around, they can trade away 3. So like the package you could get if you're the Bucks increases, exponentially if you wait this thing out. Another thing is like the Giannis injury, right? He has a calf injury. He's out 4 to 6 weeks right now. So if you're acquiring Giannis, like how much of an impact is it going to make for you this year? Like, yes, you'll
Right.
have the playoffs, but like if you're a team like Miami where you're sitting in the 7th seed, like, does it make sense to pull the trigger now? I think if it's the choice of the Bucks purely the front office, they're going to wait to the offseason. I know Giannis wants to get out and compete this year, but those top echelon teams aren't calling. Maybe you think differently, but like it seems like the Rockets don't have a huge interest. It seems like a team like the Thunder, who has unlimited draft picks, don't have a huge interest. A team like the Pistons doesn't have a huge interest. The Knicks, they're probably interested, but like they don't have much to offer. So like though the top teams in both conference, they can't make a play for Giannis. They don't want to make a play for Giannis. And then the middling teams are interested, but like, okay, you get Giannis back in the playoffs. Like, then are you a 6 seed? Great. So how much better is that for Giannis today? So like, that's why I'm saying I'm not convinced that it happens by Thursday.
When you break it down, when you put it in those terms, it makes even more sense for me to be like, maybe it doesn't happen. And I don't like you said, it's annoying that we just have to do this every single season, and we get to the trade deadline and it's Giannis that's on the block, and here's a new challenger. Like I randomly got a message today saying that the Timberwolves were involved, and it's like it's so out of left field. Where if those teams, like you just said, the Pistons, the Thunder, the Rockets, if
Spurs
those
have no
teams,
interest.
the Spurs made it clear they're not getting rid of their core,
The
which I'm
Nuggets
so
have no
glad.
interest. It's like the top 3 or 4 teams in each conference are like, I don't know, we're
They're
good.
not buyers. They don't need to be buyers because the league is so open right now that every one of those top teams believes that they can win with the assets they have right now. Yes, I get OKC is that good, but OKC is extremely difficult to go back to back. That's just how it is. We saw it happen with the Celtics. We saw it happen with every single team since the Lakers of 2010. It hasn't happened back to back yet. Right? Oh, sorry, my bad. The Warriors did it. Warriors did it. I apologize. But we don't see back to backs happen often. So all of these teams, the Pistons, the Rockets, the Knicks even right now because of their streak that they're on, I think they won like 6 in a row. The Nuggets, now that they got Jokic back, these teams that the Spurs, they believe like, no, we have the answer to the Thunder and we can win a championship without bringing in. Yes, Giannis is a needle like changer. He's that type of player. But what you have to give up to get him, it may not make you that much better right now. Long term, sure. If this is why I look at the Thunder, just because they have the most assets. You get rid of Chet, you get rid of Dort, you get rid of your 6 picks, whatever it is that you have, and you get Giannis. This year, it really doesn't change much. 2, 3, 4 years of Giannis and Shea, yeah, that's an annoyance that you have to deal with, but like it might not change them this year.
And one thing to add to that, D, too, I like that you brought that point with the trade, the Thunder. If you ask the Thunder today, would you make that trade? They say, hell no. Like, we just won a championship. We're not touching shit. Who knows what happens in the playoffs? If they have a surprise knockout in the second round and drop in the second round, they're like, shit, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. The Rockets, who don't seem interested, they get upset in the first or second round. We need to make a move now. So, like, I think there are teams that are saying no today that if we get to the offseason, they might have a different opinion, but depending on how their playoffs shake out, right? Because they might be more incentivized. The one team I thought had a legitimate shot at going for Giannis, and I thought this would be the destination if it happened before the deadline, was the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Because they are in the mindset like, hey, we want to do this thing one more time for Steph. Like, Steph is our guy. We're never trading Steph. He's going to retire with the Golden State Warrior jersey on. We made the move for Butler last year. Didn't work out, especially considering he tore his ACL this season. Maybe we can package some stuff up, sell the future, send out Butler's contract, and get Giannis to pair with Steph. Sounds great. But now Steph is dealing with an injury. I don't know how the severity of it, but he's now out currently. So it's like, all right, the one team that you thought could make a push for it, the guy you want to pair with Giannis is now out. So it's like maybe we don't do it this year for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's tough because those aging superstars with those types of injuries changes everything. And I don't think that the Nuggets were going to be a player in the Giannis sweepstakes, but like Jokic being hurt, you're like, I don't know if we make a move, we lose a lot. We lose a whole lot and not have Jokic or Giannis out there because of the injury. So like it's these are the things that you just have to figure out, are you in win mode right now or are you in future building mode? And the only team that could be a contender after this trade, because they would get better, would be the Golden State Warriors. Everybody else would be either the same or worse. I don't think none of those top teams get better with Giannis. As weird as that is to say, I mean, this year they don't get better with what they have to remove as a piece to get him for them to win a championship.
Let's talk. So I don't know if I swayed you in the opinion that he won't be traded by the deadline, but let's just go with the hypothetical that it does happen. Let's talk about teams that are likely to try to make a play for it. So we talked about Detroit and the Knicks. Like the Knicks are interested. Don't get me wrong, but like pulling off that move would be challenging because they don't have a ton of great draft assets, and what the Bucks want in return are a combination of good draft assets or a lot and a promising young player. That's what they've put out there that they want in return.
Not expiring contracts.
No. So like the Knicks don't have really either to offer. They're a ready-made championship team. If the Knicks do want to get aggressive, could they find a third party to send Cat to and some other piece like Mikal Bridges to bring in Giannis? And maybe, but like it becomes more challenging because you need to involve somebody else.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one that I've heard float around quite a bit, and I don't know if they'll do it. I don't think so. I think this is very unlikely. I've heard the Toronto Raptors are interested. And for them, it's like we're sitting here at the 4 seed. We're kind of a fun, surprising team. They're like the why the fuck not team. Because like they have actually all of their draft picks and some additional draft picks. So like they are stockpile with like the draft asset to make the trade happen. Could they do like Jakob Poeltl's terrible contract? The promising player could be, I mean, RJ Barrett. I wouldn't.
Barnes.
They wouldn't trade Barnes. That's off the table. Like, could you do could I move you with this? Could I move you if you're the Bucks? If I call you and I say Jakob Poeltl, RJ Barrett, 3 first-round picks and 3 first-round swaps for the next 6 years, are you hanging up the phone or are you at least thinking about it?
I mean, Toronto, I'll think about it, I guess. Throwing Colin Murray Boyles, too.
That's an interesting one. That's a promising young player. He's pretty good.
I mean, it's another wing player. It's just how the league is. Look, the only way that you would sway me with the Toronto is if Guy Siri was what was his name?
Masai Ujiri?
Yeah, if he was still there. He's not there anymore, though. Because I don't think they would make that move like they did with Kawhi, where you had somebody as an established like player in the organization, being Kyle Lowry. You had somebody that you wanted to do it for, like the Steph in Golden State. Like we want Kyle to go out with a bang. We're gonna give up DeMar to do it, and it sucks to give up DeMar, but he is a little bit more valuable right now than Kyle. So we keep the guy that we want to try to grow and be established as the best Raptor of all time. And then they splash with Kawhi. I think the ownership doesn't have that now. So I don't know if they would do something.
The question is this, like the payoff.
So is the why the fuck not
if you're the Raptors and you somehow manage to do that trade, so we throw Murray Boyles, RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl, in 6 first-round picks, 3 of them being swaps.
Mm-hmm.
You're left with Giannis. So your starting 5 would be Giannis. You would have Scotty Barnes. You would have Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickley, and then somebody else off the bench. Is that team good enough to win the Eastern Conference and make it to the finals?
I don't think so, because there's no point guard.
Emmanuel Quickley is the point guard.
Oh, I thought you involved him with the trade. Okay.
No, he's still there.
I mean, that Toronto. I mean, that Detroit team is good. That Detroit team is damn good on defense. So maybe they at least fight for it. Maybe we can give you that and say they fight for it in the East. I don't know if they represent the East in the finals, but maybe they could at least fight for it against the Pistons, because that's a young team. They don't really have stretch the floor ability, but they have shot creators at the wings. That may help. And then you have obviously Giannis helping out with defense.
Yeah, the next one is Miami in the East. Like I could see
done with that one.
You're done with that one. I could see here. Hear me out. I could see. I don't think they have what it takes now, Miami.
No.
But if they wait till the offseason and get that third first round pick, you can.
We're talking about the Thursday. We're talking about right now, not who. I don't think there's a whole different set of people when we get to the offseason.
Yeah, I don't think it's feasible now for Miami. I think they would be interested in Khalil Ware as like interesting young player. And then you have the draft picks, but like I don't think they're in the contention now. I don't know what's up with Chicago. I sent you that tweet.
That would make no sense. I don't like that one.
Let me fill the audience in. So like someone had tracked the betting odds on Giannis's next team as far as where he'd play his next game for, and the favorite was the Bucks, like plus 115. There were some other teams, I forgot what else was there, but the second favorite was a different team. And then apparently the day before, so I sent this to D Sunday. On Saturday, the Bulls were plus 200, and on Sunday, they moved up to like plus 300, which means apparently it moved after that too.
Oh, okay.
So like the Bulls out of nowhere became the third highest odds to have Giannis on their team next, which is weird. I don't know what the package would look like, but like that indicates to me that someone knows something about at least the Bulls being aggressive and getting in there as far as offering something. I don't see it, but like that's an interesting thing.
There's nothing on that roster that is Giannis worthy, unless they have like 10 draft picks that nobody knows about that they just get away with being able to trade. Giddey, Kobe White, Isaac Okoro, Mataz Buzelis, Nikola. You dealt with Vucevic, obviously. They got injuries with Kevin Huerter and Trey Jones. Jalen Smith is hurt. They have nothing, literally nothing to offer. That is one of those, like, somebody gave a tip and a whole bunch of people started betting on it. And Vegas was like, we got to do something about this. We got to do something about this. And people just kept betting.
I guess you could try to do like Montes Buzelis.
No,
don't try. He's an interesting young player. Kobe White.
This is nothing on. You couldn't make a trade in NBA 2K for Giannis with anything on this team.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's the East, man. In the West, it's like we said, OKC's not interested. San Antonio's not interested. Denver, no. Houston's not interested. You said Minneapolis, and I saw Windhorse was talking about the Timberwolves on TV today. Like, what's the deal with the Timberwolves? I know the Timberwolves are interested in Giannis. That's a known thing.
Yes.
But the Timberwolves don't have draft picks, and like when we talk about promising young players, who's their promising young player? You're not trading away. You're not trading away Anthony Edwards.
Oh no.
Rudy Gobert's not an interesting young player, and I don't think anyone wants Rudy Gobert. Like, are we talking about like a Jaden McDaniels? Like, that's not super exciting.
It's not, but it's somebody you build around. You can build around a Jaden McDaniels. He's behind the spotlight right now of Van Edwards. Yes. Now, I'm not saying that it's the greatest. We saw Luka Doncic get traded for Anthony Davis in a first-round pick. So don't tell me that anything is not possible. Trust me. Like, that's just the way that the NBA is. Even if that one was fixed, whatever, I'll take it. I looked at this as soon as I got that message with the Timberwolves. I was like, I could see Minnesota flipping Julius Randle, still a cornerstone with the way that he's playing right now, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, and some type of draft pick.
I think
those three. Hear me out with this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
That's expiring with Rudy because you're not going to keep him long term. You don't need him. Randall has shown that he can be a superstar in a conference final series. We've seen it happen.
Let's tone down the super part, but he's a good player.
Sorry, yes, you're right. Not superstar. My apologies for using that phrase, but you know what I mean. He's shown that he can be a guy. He can be a guy. Maybe not the, but he'd be a guy. And if you're a team like the Bucks that's rebuilding, you at least have somebody that can get out there and get you 20 and 10.
Okay.
I'm not trying to convince you, but this is why my thoughts.
You're starting to what's the word?
Make it make sense.
not making my sense. Just trying to get me interested. The gears are turning. I don't think those players would go to the Bucks. Now, if you got a
You think
third
there's
team,
another team involved?
if
Okay.
you got a third
I
team
can't go
involved,
far.
if you got a third team involved who would be interested in Rudy Gobert, or even a fourth team who'd be interested in Julius Randle, could you start pawning off those pieces elsewhere to get draft picks to then send them to the Bucks? The problem though with this trade is that both teams are over the apron right now. The Bucks are over the apron, and the Timberwolves. So like you need exact salary matching, which makes it incredibly hard to move pieces if you're the Timberwolves.
I know that there's a trade machine thing. I'm gonna check to see if this one works. I don't think it does, but I'm gonna. You do your thing. I'm gonna see if this works for me.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm looking down the list. Like Phoenix, I don't think would be interested.
No, they're out.
Golden State, it's like we talked about it. Like they were very interested. I think they had the best opportunity, but again, with Steph being injured, it's like, is it worth it right now? Probably not, because like you bring in Giannis, you have both Steph and Giannis injured, and you're in the play-in bubble potentially. Maybe when they get back, like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then down the list, it's like I don't see it. Like another interesting team that I'm hearing about is Portland. I don't know how that would work out because again, like if Giannis wants to compete for a championship, Portland's probably not your place. But from the Bucks perspective, they own all the Bucks picks from the Dame Lillard trade. They could give them their stuff back. And like Dame Lillard apparently behind the scenes is trying to like chit chat with Giannis and be like, hey man, let's reunite here. Let's do what we wanted to do in Milwaukee and do it in Portland. So like I don't know. It's an interesting thing because Portland is not let me expand this. Portland's not like a bad place for assets as far as that's concerned. Again, like so Randall and Jaden McDaniels, Giannis,
and we talked about Rudy going to another team to get.
But that's not enough for me if I'm the Bucks. Like I don't want Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels as a replacement for Giannis. Like that's not exciting me.
No. It's not a replacement. You said this in chat. It's a reset.
But I don't again, those guys to me aren't reset players. Like Julius Randle's almost 30 years old.
Yeah. So you don't re-sign him. But you fill seats with a 20 and 10 guy.
No, it's not about filling seats. It's rebuilding your future because you've traded everything to keep Giannis happy. You need something to
I'm just trying to make it work, okay? Trying to figure out the pieces to get Ed Edwards and Giannis Antetokounmpo on the same team.
It'll be fun. By the way, we haven't even mentioned like this is going to be a controversial take.
What?
Like, is Giannis really worth all this? Like the insane like 5 picks, 7 picks players? Because just hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
This man has missed at least 5 stretches of multiple weeks in the past 2 years with calf injuries and lower body injuries. Like he has been very when he plays, he's great, but like he has dealt with a lot of injuries and he's only getting older and his athleticism is only going to start to decline as he gets older. I'm talking about a guy that's going to re-sign for $60 million a year. And we're trading away everything to have him. I know what the answer is probably still yes, but like there has to be some concern if you're the receiving party on this.
No, because he needs to go to a team that has another superstar. Not needs as in like a legacy builder, but that traction allows you to extend yourself when you have other people that they have to worry about on your team, not just you. It's just the way that it is. Your career is much easier when you have another guy that's next to you, which he has not had his entire career that's helped him win. Like not a single play. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday were the core of that championship, and Brooke Lopez was the core of that championship team. That's not another guy. That's not a Stephen Clay. That's not a KD and Westbrook. That's not a Harden and CP3. Like that's not a dynamic duo that he's had. Where it would be the last hurrah. Steph Curry his shot hasn't stopped hitting. Steph and Giannis, he's still gonna shoot. Like you still got to double team one of them. It's the same thing that you see going on in Houston right now. KD doesn't have to average 30, but them 25 he's putting up, sniper 25. I know he's off tonight when they're playing because you got to worry about Şengün going off. You got to worry about Amen Thompson going off. You got to worry about other people out of nowhere. What's his name? Who's a who's the power forward that like fell off, but like now is back. Like he's a good power forward for them.
For the
Young guy.
Rockets?
Yeah.
Tari Easton, are we talking about?
He's come up too, but there was another guy that I have to go find him. He was a top 5 pick, and he just fell off because
Jabari Smith Jr.
Yes, Jabari Smith Jr. Yes, he's gone off this season. There's just more people. There's more for you to not. KD's going to get double team, triple team. It's going to happen. But when he can give the ball to Şengün, it's going to make it so he doesn't have to hustle as much.
He's had a tough time this year, KD. Like offensively.
Oh, what?
I don't know how much Rockets games you've watched, but like in the last, crunch time, last 4 minutes, close game, their offense is very stagnant still. It's just give the ball to KD and let him cook. And it works a lot of the time, but that's a lot to ask of a 38-year-old.
My brother's averaging 27 and 6. Cut it out with struggling.
No.
That's an Ime Udoka problem, though.
Let me fix what I said because I may have misspoken. I'm not saying he's been awesome. KD's not struggling as production-wise. I mean, he's struggling as like they're putting a ton on his back and like it's a struggle. I mean, you know what I mean? Like carrying offensive in the last 4 minutes yet. Just one last thing, because like we talked about the obvious trade places that's been rumored and kind of went over. We went over the obvious, the Toronto that's been rumored, Miami's been rumored. We've talked about Minnesota, who's a new rumored team for Giannis, Golden State. But let me throw this out to you real quick. A lot of the times with these trades, and because you're a Lakers fan, the final destination comes out of left field. You're like, damn, where did that come from?
Yes.
Can I offer you a couple teams that it might not happen this season for these teams? One of them might, but I can offer you a couple teams that like, because they're underperforming, you might see something crazy where Giannis goes there, whether it be this year or next year.
I'll give you one too. But
can I offer you this year the Cleveland Cavaliers, a team that's continually underperformed and been disappointing in the playoffs, and they have not the picks to offer, but a very promising young player in Evan Mobley. Like, could we find a way to make Evan Mobley go to the Bucks? Because like, I think the Bucks would look at that and be like, yeah, no, that's what we want to do. We want to build around Evan Mobley. And he's been disappointing in general. Like, he's an all-star, but like he hasn't taken the leap that they've wanted him to take. If they could find a way to make a trade for Giannis, like that would make a hell of a lot of sense for a win now team with Donovan Mitchell.
Just so you know, your whole windy moment, and Uncle Tim will get to you, promise. Evan Mobley's out for a calf injury.
Well, they're preserving.
Evan Mobley is out for a calf injury. It is definitely somebody. Yeah, because I don't want that one to go by the wayside. Yes, Doc Rivers' is ass.
Uncle Tim, he is the worst coach in the league.
So bad.
He bad.
Doc Rivers got gifted 3 times in his career, and he fumbled the bag 3 times. Sorry, he got lucky with the Boston team. But when he went to Boston, he got lucky that Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce won a championship for him. He got lucky with that. You want to know why I got lucky? Because then he went to LA and he had Lob City with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford. Like, he had a superstar, JJ Redick. Like, he had a nasty team in LA. He continued to lose. Then he got lucky in Brooklyn, and he had KD, James Harden, and Kyrie. Couldn't get that done. Like, what do we like?
Can I offer you a little bit of
this is so bad as a coach. He's just got gifted and lucky that Boston team won him a championship because he's the only person that's hanging on to that. And he's done nothing else since.
I hope Uncle Tim's still here because I want to say something to Uncle Tim. First point, this is not what I want to tell to Uncle Tim. Do you remember what happened, how Doc Rivers got the job? They had Adrian Griffin. Do you remember that? He was 30-13, got fired. They brought in Doc Rivers, and that team has been ass since they brought in Doc Rivers. Do you know how Doc Rivers got hired? The Bucks fire Adrian Griffin and hire a consulting firm to help look for the next head coach. Do you know who worked for that consulting firm? Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers like, yep, I scoured the land, checked the coaches, and I have concluded the best coach for your team is actually me. Like, bruh, come on. Doc Rivers.
So I think I might have been off. I don't think he coached KD and them up in Brooklyn, but I know he coached Lob City and fumbled the bag year after year after year after year with that team.
Can I offer you one more insane Giannis destination that would have to happen? Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say one that it might not be a needle mover, but it'd be it's still New York, the Brooklyn Nets. Watch out for that.
The Nets are interested, actually. The Nets have been sniffing around.
Because Michael Porter Jr. has actually done decent. He's not great. But he's as a solo artist. And he wasn't the guy in Denver, but he's done decent in Brooklyn. Now you got Giannis. You probably give up Cam, obviously Cam Thomas. For those that are unaware of it. No, you don't think you give up Cam Thomas?
Nobody wants Cam Thomas in the league.
I'm not saying he's great. I'm saying you give him up because he's the young talent, whatever. But you probably add Nick Claxton and maybe there's a few other things that you can for. But I just looked at it. I was like, I could see Brooklyn being that random out of nowhere team. And you go, what the hell?
Brooklyn could do they have a ton of young players. They just drafted Jaeger Yorman, Danny Wolf. They could throw in a Jaeger. They have 9 first-round picks. They have both young players and picks that doesn't make any sense for them. So I could see them getting into it. It's the only thing is the ultimate question is wherever Giannis goes, the team needs assurance that he's going to re-sign with them.
Yes.
And it's if Giannis's big gripe is that I want to go to a winning team, why would you go to the Nets?
True. Unless 2 max slots. We saw that happen. We literally saw
that would be interesting.
Literally saw it happen.
No,
it's not that it's not possible. It's just things happen so randomly, so strangely that a team in New York, Brooklyn, they're not New York Knicks, but 2 max slots. I can't unthink that.
I think that's actually a valid point. I think that's why the Nets could actually be a destination if they can convince Giannis that they'll make the right moves in the offseason, because they're going to have $50 million in free agency money come next year. They could do 2 max slots there if that's what Giannis wants to do. I like that one. And then the last one, and we'll probably just cut right to the Grizzlies buyout after this, is I want to throw out for the offseason, if this drags off past the deadline, I think the Orlando Magic could be a destination. And you know who they would send out, and I would be okay with it?
Paulo
for Giannis, straight up. Who says no?
Keep the other guy.
I
know. I get that. I could see that too, because you keep Franz. Franz is the better player, but I think Paulo is the more attractive player. He's the guy that'll put butts in seats. He's the guy that you could potentially build around, obviously.
Yeah.
But I hate it, but you keep Desmond Bane. I don't like him on that team. I really don't. But now you have Giannis and Franz. You got to find shooters to surround them with. That is where it's going to be huge.
Yeah. But Orlando's a team that's been super disappointing this year. If they have a disappointing year, they could do something crazy. I don't see it's not impossible.
We saw them shut them down in Atlanta. I'm telling you, this Brooklyn thing might work out. 2 max slot. I
like the Brooklyn theory. I like that. Thank you.
I know it's true. People don't really move the needle for Trae Young, but Trae is an upcoming free agent.
He's going to resign. He's resigning.
You trade for Giannis, and you don't think he'd try to pull in Trae Young in the offseason? That's a 3 that you go, Giannis, Trae, and Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. ain't a number 1, but he sure as hell can help you win a championship. We saw it happen. Even if he goes out there and just scores 20 points, gets no rebounds or assists, he can score 20 points. And it's the East, man. I don't know. I think I'm looking more forward to what the Nets do now more than anything.
I like that, D. Thank you for bringing that up. That was did not think we go that long on Giannis, but here we are. Let's do a quick Grizzlies 5 and then hit up Super Bowl for 5 minutes and get out of here.
Welcome to a segment so unique, so entertaining, and definitely not a rip-off of Frizz's 5. And even if it's a rip-off of Frizz's 5, it's probably way better. It's time to rank some stuff with Trudeau. It's time for Grizz's 5.
D, This is perfect timing. It's NBA related. It's my top 5. I have top 5 guys who have made. I forgot how I thought of the name in my head, but the theme is top 5 guys who've done really well for themselves in the NBA, like despite not being a big name player. I need a more catchy title.
Overachievers, top 5 overachievers.
No, it's not overachievers. Just like top 5 guys who've had nice careers for themselves is what I labeled it. That's what it was. So it's like guys who never made an all-star team.
Guys that had nice careers for themselves. So I see what you're going with.
The criteria is guys who've never made an all-star team. They've never been a superstar player on their respective team, but they've been around for a long time. They've made decent money. Some of them won a championship. It's like they're just sticking around, making good money, long careers, but never like a star player. Just kind of having a nice little career for themselves. And then they're also another criteria is they never had high expectations. They weren't like a top 5 draft pick. They're just kind of like, low lottery pick, been around for a long time and just had a good career. You ready?
Okay. I'm interested in this one now. Yeah.
All right. Number 5, Mason Plumlee. It's the weakest one. He's been around for 13 years, believe it or not. Mason Plumlee, still in the league. $84 million over his career.
Damn.
That's a nice little career for Mason Plumlee.
It's a lot of bread right there.
He's not good. He's like not even good. He's just been like sticking around, making money.
He's Duke, right?
Yeah.
He was a Duke player?
Yeah. That was my worst player. The rest I feel pretty confident about. Number 4, I gotta start with the music back up, excuse me. Number 4. Okay, I guess we're just gonna not connect to the Bluetooth. That's cool. Number 4, Nicholas Batum. 18-year career earnings, $209 million.
That's a lot of bread.
That's a nice career, bro. And he's still playing like good minutes in the Clippers rotation right now.
Okay. And he got paid when he was in Phoenix, which is where a lot of his money came out. I'm pretty sure that's
Portland.
I thought it was Phoenix.
I thought it was Portland. It's one of the two.
I mean, you're probably one of them that starts with a P. But yeah, good. That's not a bad one. Okay,
that's a nice career, man. Like to be around for 18 years and make over $200 million as like a 10. He was picked like what 6, 7, 8 overall. All right, number 3, the Unk himself, Jeff Green. Jeff Green, 18 years, $104 million in earnings, and a ring on top of it, 2023 NBA champion, Jeff Green. That's a nice career, man, for Jeff Green.
I like that one. I mean, Uncle Green always has to get his due. He was part of the trade. It was him and Al Jefferson out of Boston so that they could bring in
the big 3.
Yeah. They traded those two so they could bring in KG. And it's like, it sucks that he did what he could when he was in Boston. And then they got a championship right after it. They moved him. But that's
the thing. Like, it's hard to like play even 5 years in the NBA. These guys have just stuck around, contributed. Like, it's not just guys who just ride the bench. Like, they're all guys that have contributed to teams. Yeah. All right. Number 2. This guy might be too good, but probably not. Number 2, guys who just had a really nice career for themselves. Tobias Harris.
You know what? People will say that he sucks, but yes, go ahead.
15 years in the league so far, $300 million in career earnings.
I mean, the brother's getting paid. Wow. How can you not be mad at him just going out there and hooping, getting his 16 to 18 points a game? Like, he's never been the number 1 guy. He's never been the option, whether he's in Detroit, whether he's in Philly, like, didn't matter. He just went out there and you knew he was going to get you 18 points a game.
Just a nice career. Just a nice career, man. Just a nice career, bro.
Man. Get your bread. I don't mind that one. I got to hear number 1, though.
Number 1 is like, I think it's the perfect example of a guy who's just like, really nice career for yourself, buddy. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 1 NBA player who just had a nice little career for themselves. Harrison Barnes.
Harry Barnes. You're going to cheer for that one. You're not going to run it? Oh, you want me to do that?
I got you.
No,
yeah, 14 years in the NBA so far. 224. He was one guy who inspired the list. 14 years, $224 million, and NBA championship with the Warriors. Like, he's had like the perfect just chill guy career, making a ton of money, winning a ring, just kind of sitting in the background. No one knows he's still in the league, but he's just like making bread, just playing basketball. 15 years, man.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good list, and it's not easy to think of people either. Like, there's some names that I was like, all right, yeah, PJ Tucker's been there for a while. Al Horford won a championship, but he was in Florida. He won a national championship, so I guess he kind of.
Well, Al Horford made All-Star team, so he got.
Oh, okay. Well, here's one for you then. Just because I look at him like, look, that brother's just been trying to hoop. He left the NBA and then even came back. Jordan Clarkson. I think he's had a solid NBA career, $140 million over.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been. He's not a max player. He's never been like a all-star or anything like that. But like, he's a guy that he's either going to be in your starting rotation or he's going to be right off the bench. He won NBA Sixth Man of the Year before, so like he could
probably replace Plumlee. He probably
maybe. I'd probably put him over Plumlee. I'd look at him and be like, that brother just went out there and just hooped. Like he did what what's his name that has a podcast that everybody loves?
Podcast P? Oh, podcast.
No. He's a funny dude. Oh my god. And I wish I remember who it is. Jeff Teague. Oh, he had a better Jeff Teague career. Like, Teague just went out there and hooped. Like, he's nasty at college. We was at Wake. He's nasty. And then like he was a spark in Atlanta. But then kind of fizzled out. Like, he just became the guy on the bench. Jordan Clarkson, for every team that he's played for, he contributes.
Yeah.
And gets buckets and like is no noise. Just here's a swift 15, efficient 15. Don't leave him open. He's cashing a 3. And I'm gonna get my 140 mil over 10 years of a career. Like,
that's a great call. I'm gonna be honest. The way I did the list was I went to Basketball Reference and I sorted by oldest players. And just tried to find people just sticking around that like, oh, that guy's pretty good. And like, I looked up how much money they made. I'm like, oh, like that's a nice career for themselves. All right. I don't know if Jordan Clarkson's old enough to have caught my eyes on the list.
He's 33. He's been in the league for 12 years.
Yeah.
2014.
That's a nice career.
Yeah, so 12 years.
I didn't know. I mean, that's 44 million. Good for him.
No, good for you. That's what I'm saying. Like, just like a Jordan Clarkson, but inflation. Like, he just next man up gets paid. The minimum has gone up, but $140 million is still $140 million.
You're happy for that type of guy. It's like, hey man, you're not bad at basketball. You're not great, but like, I mean,
not everybody's. He's great enough in the aspect.
I meant like, the grand.
He's not the guy that you want to pull up at open.
No.
You'd be like, what the hell, dude? Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. I had to catch him. He's not great as far as his peers, but he's like a solid basketball player. He's sticking around, man. He's got a job for a while.
Still playing. And the name it was familiar because he was playing. I saw him playing last night. He was on the Knicks.
He's on the Knicks. Yeah.
Been around for a while.
Nice little career.
He was hooping in Utah last year, actually. Like alone, just him. He was just doing work in Utah. I was like, damn, brother, good for you.
You know who I feel like is going to be one of those guys in a couple of years, like 5 years?
Who?
Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean,
he's just going places and just hooping.
Yeah, he got
bored
money.
10 points a game. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great fit for OKC when Chet's not out there.
Also, secret great thing about being, except for Tobias Harris, being on this list is like, if you're bad, no one gets mad at you.
No
one cares.
Ends up getting the final shot of a game. Nobody cares. Just wish we went to somebody else, but like whatever. They're not killing him on social media the next day.
No, exactly. He's like, I'm just gonna click this paycheck and ball. Love it. Right, let's just quickly touch on the Super Bowl and get out of here. This is gonna be our Super Bowl preview. It's not gonna be much. I had some stats I want to bring to you. Just get your opinion on it. So, like, I'm trying to think this game. Right, we have Seattle, we have New England. New England's a 4.5-point underdog, neutral site. And New England.
No. Oh no, it is 4.5 still. Jesus.
Yeah. like New England, just both sides thing. Seattle's looked impressive on both sides of the ball, like more defensively against the 49ers, but the Rams team's very good. So I'm not going to ding their defense there. Offensively is the thing we were kind of concerned about with Sam Darnold. At least I was. Like, he's been pretty good. He was great in the last game against the Rams. So like a balanced effort, you would say. On the AFC side, the New England Patriots offense, let's be real. Their offense has been pretty booty cheeks all playoffs. Like Drake May has been Drake mid at best.
Yes. Trying to tell people that.
His best game was his last game against the Broncos, where he threw for 48 yards or 84 yards, excuse me, which is like insane to say, but like that was his best game because he wasn't turning the ball over.
Yep.
Largely the Patriots in the Super Bowl because their defense has been otherworldly in the playoffs. So I wanted to look at the numbers from the regular season because like we can make excuses for this defense for the Patriots being excellent in the playoffs. Like each step of the way in their journey, Chargers, banged up offensive line, missing both tackles. You have their quarterback with a plate in his hand.
Broken hand.
Round 2, horrible offensive line in the Texans on the road at New England. CJ Stroud looks like the worst quarterback we've ever seen because of it. And also because he's not been playing well. But like, I don't want to get into that. Championship game, you play against Stidham in torrential snow, and he looks bad. And if it wasn't for Stidham doing a dumbass shovel pass, like that game could have been very different. So like defense has been excellent for the Patriots in the playoffs. I wanted to look at both Seattle and the Patriots defenses regular season yards per play, passing yards, rushing yards per play, sack rates, et cetera, et cetera. The Pats defense in the regular season, like I know people are like, this is a good defense. It wasn't very good in the regular season. It was middle of the pack. Like what we're seeing in the playoffs has been an outlier, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Rush yards per attempt, they rank 12th. Passing yards allowed per attempt, they rank 14th. Total yards per offensive play, the Pats defense is ranked 12th. Not a top 10 defense in the regular season. And then as far as like my concern in the Super Bowl, which is Sam Darnold just throwing up on himself. When does Sam Darnold throw up on himself, D?
In the biggest moments.
But also when he's under
pressure. I mean, that's every quarterback.
But that's been like a really bad outlier for Sam Darnold. Patriots pass rush in the regular season. Quarterback hurry per drop back, 27th. Pressures per drop back, 24th. Sacks, 24th. Interception rate, 20th. They do not put any pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at this and like, I don't think whatever they've done in the playoff defensively so far is not replicable against the Seahawks. Like, I don't see it. I don't see a path or victory. In fact, I'm taking the -4.5 in Seattle.
I can't do that because we're doing exactly what everybody did in 2001 and gave the Patriots absolutely no chance against the Rams. Like, not to say that history doesn't repeat itself, but history repeats itself. This is a game where the Patriots limped into the playoffs. Not limped into the playoffs. They limped into the Super Bowl from the performance of the playoffs. It happened. It's exactly what happened in 01. Their defense is carrying them. It's exactly what happened in 01. They have an up-and-coming coach that out of nowhere is turning around this team, and an up-and-coming quarterback that filled in for a spot that people thought was solidified, or at least like, we got our guy now with Brady, now Drake May. I'm not ready to just say, oh, yeah, like just look at it on paper and stats and this team against. No, like the way that football works is usually patterns and is usually something that's repetitive. This is a very eerily similar situation to 2001 for me to be like, yep, the Seahawks are just going to wipe the floor with the Patriots. I just don't see that happening.
So you're going on vibes?
I'm going off of like it just like it doesn't sit well that everybody is expecting this to be a blowout. I don't like that because like nobody expected that in the Seahawks versus Broncos Super Bowl, and the Seahawks blew them out obviously, but like they thought that the Broncos were going to be the team that blow everybody out. They had the offense, the incredible offense. So like, I don't look at this game and go, both teams made the playoffs, both teams made the Super Bowl, both teams have a decent defense, but like they're playing otherworldly in the playoffs. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give the Seahawks that much of an edge and say they're gonna beat them by more than 2 touchdowns. Like, I just don't see that happening.
I'm not saying, I'm saying 4.5.
I get that. Look, I want the Seahawks to win. Out of pure like happiness for Sam Darnold. We've always talked about the guys that like get the second chance here. Like with this is the show that does that. We talked about Baker Mayfield. We talked about Sam Darnold. There was another player that I talked about as he needed a different spot to go to. So the third one.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, but like it's just players that like they got outcasted. Then they're like, no, they're actually pretty good. They were in a horrible situation. Most of them ended up playing for the Jets, unfortunately, or the Browns, one of the two. But like, I want to see Sam Darnold finish like his story with this, like from where he was with New York and the seeing ghost issue, and it being the Patriots that he saw ghosts against, and people held that against him for literally his entire career. Them calling him a failed USC quarterback because USC quarterbacks usually amount to nothing, and he was supposed to be the best one out of all of them, better than Matt Leinart, who ended up winning a Heisman, obviously. Like Sam Darnold was projected to be the best out of that school. So me personally, I want to see him win for that reason. It's just history, man. It's got me looking at this like everything is against the Patriots right now. I don't like that when it comes to going into this game.
Can you help me though? Like you referenced the 2001 Patriots.
Yeah,
that won the Super Bowl.
Was the Drew Bledsoe injury. Brady fills in. They go on a run. Defense leads them. Then it was Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk. That offense, and then they held that offense to 20-something. I think 20 points for Adam Vinatieri to kick that field goal for the win. My question
though was like, I don't remember. So, like, I'm hoping you do.
I think it was the biggest spread in Super Bowl history. Like, this wasn't even going to be a matchup. It was probably like 5.5. And it's like,
what I was going to ask, like, that Patriots defense, though, was it actually good? Like, or did they face weak competition on the way? Like, was that defense legit? Because, like, what I'm saying is,
what do you think the Patriots are doing right now? Like, you're saying were they? Oh, my bad.
I'm saying I have statistics to show that the defense they're playing in the playoffs is not the defense that they've played all year. And I think there's a reason why the defense has been so great in the playoffs, and it's not because the defense is great. It's because they play bad offenses. So, like, I'm asking, like, the 2001 Patriots, while they won on defense, which that can happen, was that defense actually as good as it was?
I don't think at that time. I think they became the defense that they were in 2002, or the year, because I think Brady got injured the year after, and then they went back to back after that. I think that's when the defense became better. But I think Brady helped them win that game more so than the defense, which that dude wearing number 10 could do the same exact thing against one of the nastiest defense we've seen in the last 20 years, dating back to the Legion of Doom.
Was the quarterback you were trying to reference that you love a good comeback, wrong place guy, was it Carson Wentz?
No, because he fizzled out.
I
think we talked about Geno because it was the first year. Okay. No, but Geno. It might have been Geno. Not before he went to Vegas, though. When he was in Seattle. I think it was when he was in Seattle we were talking, because this last couple of years. It wasn't just this year.
All right, yeah, because I'm like, I don't think that's a good one to bring up right now.
No. Not this year. Right. They said they missed my call. Like, no, they ain't calling back, brother.
Do you have a closing take for today?
I can find one. Always can find one.
Let him check the Insta real quick.
I like a lot of stuff on Instagram for this show. Exactly.
All right, let me quickly get through mine.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Now go.
All right, closing takes. Last kind of talking points of the day. Usually me and D don't know what we're going to say, so it's always fun, especially when we say the same thing. It pisses them off. I'm going to go NBA today, no surprise to anyone. I wanted to bring up the take that I brought to D's attention. Obviously, NBA, we have a lot of tanking issues because the value of those lottery picks in the top 3 or 4. And I've heard a couple interesting solutions to solve the tanking. First of all, the one straightforward one, which it's not exciting. It's just remove pick protections that would prevent a lot of these tanking to get like within the top 6 because the top 6 protected. But the one I proposed to D, which is complicated and I think it would never pass because it would blow the minds of NBA fans or casuals, they wouldn't understand, is the point system.
Yep.
And the idea is that to a certain point in the season, let's say All-Star break, every loss counts as a point towards your lottery standings, right? So it's that from the start of the season to the All-Star break, it's good to get a loss if you want a high pick. After the All-Star break, wins count towards your points to get a good pick. So that means after the All-Star break, if you want a high pick, you better win some games. So teams like the Utah Jazz, who are actively just sitting guys for a week because they have illnesses, they wouldn't be able to do that in the second half of the season because if they were to actively sit players, they were hurting their chances at a draft pick. It would also kind of reduce the trade deadline drama because like teams might not want to gut their entire roster at the second half of the season because if you gut your roster, guess what happens? You're in trouble. So I think it's an interesting proposition. I've heard that a couple times from smart NBA people, and I think D was on board with that as well.
I would love that one. I think that would be the best for the NBA fan. Maybe not understanding it. It's so simplified, though. You get points for prior to the trade deadline for losing. You get points after the trade deadline for winning. Pretty simple when it comes to that. Like, just make it that easy. I would love it because it would make it so people have to play. Like, the NBA is better when your stars, your superstars, or your upcoming rising stars are playing for people to recognize. If Charlotte just shut it down and we're like, we don't really know what's going to happen with Con Knippel, let's not play him as much, we wouldn't be looking at Con Knippel as being the rookie of the year right now.
By the way, I forgot to mention earlier, because we didn't get to talk all NBA, the Charlotte Hornets are the hottest team in the NBA right now.
They're fun, man. They are fun.
They've won 7.
Hey,
they've won 7.
I'm not going to say it was all Bryce, but Bryce put some fire in that city, man. Bryce Young turned that, like, I could hear them cheering from Bank of America Stadium here, and this 2.5 hours away. Bryce Young turned that city around, and when football season ended, they were, like, we saw the woman that got, like, you can't give somebody a compliment for a good press conference. They just lost. You got to be mad at them. Whatever. Like, we saw Bryce and them be like, you look, we outkicked our coverage. We weren't supposed to be here. We weren't supposed to get the Los Angeles Rams to be one possession game going into the last kick overtime. But that wasn't supposed to happen. We got some energy in this city. And now LaMelo's hooping. Miles Bridges is hooping. I understand what Brandon is trying to do now, like the kid from Alabama. Like, he's doing work. And Con Knippel out there dropping 40 a game.
He's
40,
really good.
But he dropped 40 in a game. Good. It's like, that brother can shoot.
Moussa Diabate has been awesome for them.
They got a young, fun team. I'm not saying that they're playoff worthy, but they are bringing energy.
No.
Well, I mean, you think they're going to make the playoffs? You're a playoff playing team?
I think they're definitely a play-in team. They'll make the play-in for sure this year.
I mean, I would fizzle out, but like they got the energy for it, so who knows?
If they get the 7 seed, I don't want to be the 2 seed and have to play.
Man, let them get Giannis. Fuck it. Don't blow it up and get LaMelo out of there. They just have Giannis, Con, Brandon, and Miles Bridges. Let that happen.
All right. Do your closing take. One last thing I wrote down. I want to just shout it out. I said the Hornets are hot. Win 7 in a row. Have you seen what's going on with the Clippers, by the way, D?
Yeah, they're winning, and they need to stop.
Since they got rid of Chris Paul, 18-7.
Yeah, they got to stop because it's ruining what's his name? Presti's pick.
Yeah.
they need to keep losing so they get the number 1 pick.
They've been good, man. All right, go ahead.
All right, there's no chance that we are going to come up with the same closing take because I'm not going sports. I'm going pop culture because we have some of those here. And I came across a post that I could not stop laughing. So we all love one Mr. Samuel L. Jackson. Let me break down some numbers for you because we were talking salary cap, right? We're talking bread. We're talking money. This is money related. And I'm going to curse a lot. So, hey, this is not a PG show. Sometimes we curse. This is what it is, what we do. We talk. Samuel L. Jackson has made around $360 million in his career acting. That's insane, right? It's around 160 movies that he's done in his active career. On average, a lot of averages here, but on average, he speaks around 2,200 words per script. That's just what his average speaking script is, 2,200 words per movie. In that average, he says the word motherfucker about 1,100 times in his career. So that would mean if you break down the average cost per, that's about $1,000 per word. If you look at 360 mil, 160 movies, 2,200 words, he makes about $1,000 per word. But he said the word motherfucker 1,100 times.
Let me get my math out. Let me get my calculator out.
Oh, I got it here for you. Okay. So
Okay.
that means in his career, he has made $1.1 million off of just saying the word motherfucker. That has got to be one of the best like script managers. Just I'm finding a way to put this word in every single movie, whether it's Deep Blue Sea. No, I think it's Deep Impact. Whatever the movie is with the shark, that movie.
Deep Blue Sea, motherfucker.
Deep Blue Sea, yes, with LL Cool J. Like whether he's snakes on a plane, whatever it is that Samuel L. Jackson is doing, and when he's saying the word motherfucker, he's making millions of dollars off of it.
I think we need to clip that because that is some knowledge, man.
Oh, shouts to Samuel L. Jackson, man. He's the GOAT for what he did. That's amazing. Hey, big shouts to whoever did the math behind this to find out all the statistics for all the words that he says in his scripts. That's amazing, man. Good for you, Big L. Good work. That
might be my favorite closing take of all time.
I knew you'd like that one. That was a good one.
Anytime we can,
we are not gonna stand back and listen anymore.
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. That's his line, right?
Yes, that is Samuel L. Jackson. Yes. And was it Pulp Fiction?
Yep.
I'm equal opportunity to kill a motherfucker. You came in here with that sexist shit. Said I wouldn't kill her because she's a woman. I shoot her in her face.
He's hilarious.
Samuel L. Jackson's a great actor. Good for him. That's so much money.
A great show. D, thank you for being here, man. With the week off, we don't get to just shoot the shit, but it's been real.
Bring the noise, man. And we said it was gonna be a short show. It's about average, hour and 20 minutes. Why not? Who cares? But hey, we appreciate y'all being in here. More importantly, those that are new commenters, appreciate you, Uncle Tim from YouTube. As we say when we are getting up out of here, catch us on all of our platforms. As you can see, you can find us on Twitch Live, YouTube Live, Facebook, wherever it is that you want to find us. Kick us off as much as you can. More importantly, find us on our social media platforms like TikTok, where we have the latest and greatest, I would say, clips. People like to talk trash about us, saying that we need to sell our podcast equipment because we talk shit all the time. Who cares? We're going to do this every Monday that we can. More importantly, the website's at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. As I say, when we get in I almost said it. Next day on Apple, Spotify, podcasts, all those that you can get your podcasts. You can listen to us the next day when you're driving in traffic. You got to go to work the next day. But please make sure you hit us up on our website, frizzandthegrizz.com. When we are getting up out here, I always like to say, please be a friend. Say something nice. You never know what it could do for them. Make sure to take care of y'all mentals. Please make sure y'all take care of y'all physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all children. Stay warm out there, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
That's when it just clicked in my mind that if you just run through somebody's face, a lot of people ain't gonna be able to take that over and 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 over again. They just not gonna want that.
Think there's a deeper metaphor there?
Run through a motherfucker face.